Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about grounded theory. It's one of the most widely used methodologies in qualitative research. However, the concepts of grounded theory could feel quite complicated to wrap your head around. So in this video, we're going to break it down into simple terms. Like I said, grounded theory is a qualitative research method that enables you to derive new theories based on the collection and analysis of real-world data. Grounded theory is different from other research approaches where you might first develop a hypothesis, then test that hypothesis. For example, a non-grounded theory approach to research might involve developing a hypothesis such as pastors who experience burnout are more likely to leave the ministry within 5 years. Then you would collect data to test that hypothesis. Well, that wouldn't be grounded theory research. Instead, with grounded theory, you first collect and analyze data, and then you derive a theory from the data itself. For instance, in my own research on how Pentecostal Christians experience depression, I didn't begin with a theory or a hypothesis about how they did or didn't cope. I instead approached the topic with a empty mind, so to speak. I had an open research question, which was basically, how do they experience depression? There was no hypothesis in there whatsoever at all. And I collected data, conducted interviews, and analysed emergent patterns to build a theory from the ground up. So that's the difference between grounded theory and a more traditional approach to research that involves establishing a hypothesis from the start and then proving or disproving that hypothesis. Another key point is that grounded theory is not a process where you collect data, analyze it, and then derive your theory in distinct steps. Instead, you collect data and analyze it, and as you do so, you do it continually, refining your findings along the way. So in grounded theory, your theories are derived from real-world data and data collection and analysis that occur synchronously throughout the whole data gathering and data analysis process. You're always finding data, analyzing data through the entire research process. So when should you use grounded theory? Well, you should use grounded theory when no other explanation is available that accounts for the study's phenomenon. When an existing theory is incomplete or based on data that doesn't fully represent the research population, that's situations when you should use grounded theory. So for instance, in my dissertation and another research I've done, I've always found that no existing theory has fully explained how Pentecostals experience, understand, and respond to depression. Now, while there's a lot of literature on mental health in religious communities, these studies tend not to interact and engage with people at a grassroots level. These studies they don't really offer a theoretical framework that capture the specific theological and sociological struggles shaping a Pentecostal's experience of depression. So since no existing framework adequately explained my research question, grounded theory was the best approach because it allowed the data to shape the theory rather than relying on external assumptions. Grounded theory may also be the best choice if your study also lacks a suitable theoretical framework, or if existing theories don't capture the depth of your research subject. Now, let's go through a high-level overview of the grounded theory process. So there are two fundamental concepts to understanding grounded theory. The first one is that data collection and analysis occur at the same time. You don't just collect data once, analyze it, and then determine your conclusion. You're continuously collecting and analyzing data in a cycle. The second concept that you must understand is that you start with raw data, such as transcripts, and then you turn that into a theory grounded in the data. So every time you do a round of data collection and analysis, you take a step closer your data takes a step closer to becoming a theory. The data collection process in grounded theory is called theoretical sampling. So begin with, you recruit a small sample of people, but you plan to recruit more. So you interview people, get those audio files transcribed, and then you begin your analysis. The first step in the analysis is called open coding, and that's when you break up your transcripts into individual excerpts. You then group those excerpts together into codes, And once you do that, you return to the field and collect more data. So you're doing more theoretical sampling. After you collect the data, you'll see how this new data compares to your code so far. Your new data might contradict your codes, or it might give you more details on the codes that you already have. And as you continuously do more rounds of data collection, your codes and groupings will change. And eventually you're going to take those codes and group them together in a step called axial coding. Think of axial coding as a way of connecting all these fragmented codes together into categories and trying to establish some meaning out of these groupings. So after grouping the codes together into categories, you go and collect more data and continue to refine those codes and categories even more. And once you have a set of categories, you'll then define one more category which links and ties all these categories together. It's like a core concept, a core category. And it's in a step called selective coding. And this core category from selective coding connects all your codes together, and it becomes the basis for your final theory. So grounded theory is a process where data collection and analysis happen in a cycle. And with every cycle, your raw data takes a step closer to becoming your final grounded theory. That's that core category. You then put this theory in dialogue with other literature on the topic. So in so doing, your goal is to take the theory, that's that core category that explains what's happening amongst all the other categories that emerge from the data. And in so doing, by engaging with the broader literature, you're going to take your theory and link it to the broader social processes at work in your participants' life, and thereby link their experiences to the broader social processes shaping these experiences. And that's what makes grounded theory distinct from other qualitative research methods like phenomenology, for instance, which goes through a similar analysis process to understand how people experience and understand the phenomenon that they're studying. But with grounded theory, we're linking how people experience and understand the phenomenon with these larger social processes that actually shape how they experience and understand the phenomenon. For instance, in my own grounded theory study of how Pentecostals living in the United States experience depression, the emergent theory pointed towards social processes and discursive forces at work in the participants' lives that shaped their experiences. So that's a brief overview of grounded theory. I realise that it's quite complex, and going forward, I'm gonna publish more videos that will help you with grounded theory and break it down in even more steps. My goal with this channel and with this video is to help you express your research findings and hone your analytical skills through the resources and videos like this. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you. Please like and subscribe to the channel as I continue to build content, and hopefully it's things that you find meaningful. So until next time, thank you very much.